They have a bunch of new fall items, especially like pumpkin related items at the store, which is seasonal now that it's fall. And so this is one of the things that I picked up. It's a autumnal harvest creamy pasta sauce. Never tried it before, but I figured we could try making a new pasta recipe. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just busted out some chicken thighs here. We've got some shallots. I'll probably sweat those and get those nice and fried up with some garlic. And then I'll add some of these sweet potato ribbons that I found from Trader Joe's. I thought Hunter would like that since he loves sweet potatoes. And he also loves butternut squash, and that's very fall-like. So I'll just roast these up and then obviously cook up some pasta with the pasta sauce at the end, and then just top it off with Parmesan cheese. We'll see how it goes. So these are gonna be my taste testers later on. So
we're looking forward to it.
The true test is whether or not they like it.
Whether or not he likes it.
That's true. All right, well, I just turned on my stove and we're gonna boil some water to cook the pasta. And I'm just gonna add a good helping of salt. That's supposed to help it boil faster. And put the lid on top, wherever my lid is. All right, so this is gonna boil. Okay, next I'm going to take care of the butternut squash, and we're gonna roast it in the oven. So I set it to what, 400 degrees, and I'm just gonna follow the instructions on the back of it. So it says to preheat it to 400. Obviously remove it from the bag, place on a baking sheet or roasting pan, and toss with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. Roast for 20 to 30 minutes. So we'll go ahead and take care of that right now. All right, so I lined one of my baking pans with some aluminum foil. I'm gonna stuff the chopped up butternut squash and evenly place it on the pan. Okay, and let's get some olive oil and just drizzle that over. All right, so I'm just gonna eyeball this, but I'm gonna put a generous helping of olive oil. This will get it nice and golden brown on the outside, which is what we want. And then I'm gonna season it with some salt and pepper. All right. Sprinkle this all over. I'm not gonna do too much because you can always add more salt at the end. You can't undo the salt. Pepper. And I'm gonna grab a disposable glove and just kind of mix this all up nicely. Little disposable glove on. And I'm just going to mix this up really nicely so that all the salt and pepper and olive oil is distributed evenly. The oven is preheated. Let's put the butternut squash in there. I'm gonna put on the lowest rack because I don't want it to burn. And then we'll set it to 25 minutes and then check up on it. All right, so now I'm going to take care of the rest of the ingredients, such as the sweet potato ribbons, and the chicken, the shallots, and the garlic. So I'm gonna first just chop up these chicken thighs into, I don't know, like long pieces, maybe like half an inch to an inch long. And actually I'm just gonna cube them up, so they'll just each be like about half an inch to an inch cubed. Okay, so I got my chicken all chopped up nicely, and now I'm going to mince up the shallots. You You could also use onions, but I personally just like shallots in my pasta.
There they are. There they go.
All right, now I've got some roughly minced, what's it, shallots. All right, water is boiling. So we're gonna go ahead and add the pasta. And I just have some spaghetti noodles. Add that in there. Okay. And I'm just gonna follow the instructions of the box. So I want it for al dente. So we're going to boil for 10 minutes, stirring occasionally, and just go from there. I learned this trick a long time ago. I think it works, but if you want to keep your pasta from sticking together, you just add a little bit of olive oil into your pot, and that should really help it from sticking. All right, I've got a hot pan, and I'm just gonna add some olive oil to it, maybe about like a tablespoon. And we're gonna wait for that oil to get nice and hot, and then we'll add in some of the chicken and the shallots and go from there. Seasoning my chicken with some salt and pepper. All right, the oil is nice and hot, so I'm gonna add in these shallots. And I'm just gonna let these fry up for a couple minutes before we add in the chicken, just to get some nice fragrance. I'm also gonna add in some of this fresh garlic. About like 2 cloves. Just stir that up. Smells really fragrant in here, really good. Okay, going to add in my chicken now. Cooking this until the chicken is thoroughly cooked. You don't want no raw chicken in here. All right, pasta is done cooking, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain this and let it cool down. A look at the butternut squash. Yeah, a lot of the pieces look nice and golden brown. I think I'm just gonna take these out. They look fully cooked.
You looking forward to it, Hunter? Yeah.
Alright, I'm starting to see some crispy edges, which is a good sign that the chicken's probably thoroughly cooked. But we're going to be cooking it some more as I add in the sweet potato ribbons. I'm going to try to be really delicate with these because they look really thinly sliced, so I don't want to break these apart. Just gently mixing it. instructions if I'm doing a stovetop saute. It says to saute it for 5 to 10 minutes and then add some broth, juice, or water, and then cover and simmer for a couple more minutes. So I figured because it already has all this goodness in here, it probably doesn't need to cook too long. So I'll probably just give it like 5 minutes max and then add a little bit of broth just to kind of soften them up. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of broth over this, cover it, and let that simmer. Alright, looks like the broth has been absorbed. Looks like some of the ribbons kind of broke apart, but that's okay. The taste that matters. And now I'm just going to add in some of this little autumn pasta sauce. I'm all about saving that extra sauce in there, so I'm going to pour a little bit of water. And just shake it up. There we go. I got a lot of sauce left to pour out. Perfect. And I'm just gonna cook this for a few more minutes up until the sauce is just fully cooked and warmed up. All right, the sauce is nice and bubbly, so we are going to turn this off and simmer our pasta. Okay, I'm gonna add the pasta in. Got my bowls right here, and let's add this nice yummy saucy pasta into my bowls. Roasted butternut squash just on top. Love that golden crust. And last but not least, a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. I don't have any fresh parsley, but I'm just gonna use some of this dried parsley here and just sprinkle that on top. That was a little too generous. Thank you for being so patient. All right, this is yours, Hunter. We're gonna see if you like it. All right. What do you think, Bubs? Do you like it? I know, you could put the erase card later, okay? Okay, fine. We'll just put it here. Do you like it? There you go. I think he likes it. All right, I'm gonna see how this tastes. sauce is really good.
Alright, I gotta try
Let's
it.
try it with the butternut squash and the chicken.
Yeah, it's good. It's very fall. It's like the first fall food I've had this fall. Very yummy.
All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm glad that this recipe ended up becoming a hit. I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I just kind of whipped up some things together, but I'll go ahead and put the recipe on the description, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.